Hi everybody, my name is Graham, I'm 66 and I'm about to have catheter ablation at Papworth Hospital here in the UK. The reason that I'm making this video is because I do have some experience in the medical field, having worked in it for more years than I care to remember and still do. It occurred to me, having seen videos on YouTube on the same subject, that the more people know about it, the better. So I thought I would do a video in two halves, before and after. So today is the 21st of March 2010, and in 9-10 days time I'm having catheter ablation on the 31st. I think the first thing that comes to mind is anything to do with the heart probably worries people more than it really should, because there have been so many advances in heart surgery that maybe the word heart makes everybody frightened, and shouldn't really. In my case, about 4 or 5 years ago, I began to get breathless in part of my work, which involved working with hospital patients and taking them out, and I found that I was lagging behind sometimes, and being formerly fairly fit, it wasn't like me, and I was putting weight on because I had slowed down on account of the breathlessness. So it's a vicious circle. I did seek medical advice and was recommended to have cardioversion, that's the electric shock, for atrial flutter. So I had that thinking it had worked, but 6 weeks afterwards I went to a consultant who said it hadn't, and I immediately thought, as I'd been told, that the next step would be ablation. But this particular consultant said to me that I should be losing a lot of weight, and that should do the trick and make things a lot easier for my breathing. It occurred to me that I couldn't really lose weight by exercise if I got breathless by just walking 5 or 10 yards. So to cut a long story short, I had seen a consultant at Papworth Hospital, and he has immediately put me down for ablation because it has become persistent as opposed to recurrent. As I understand it, I will go in, I will be given some Valium, but largely I will be awake for most of the procedure, which takes about an hour. It involves putting a catheter or a series of catheters into a vein in the leg, working it round to the right atrium of the heart, and looking for little bits of tissue which aren't needed in the heart, but these pieces of tissue can conduct electrical signals, which is what puts the heart rhythm out of kilter and accounts for breathlessness. The pieces of tissue have been likened very much to the appendix, which we don't need, but we still have it, and it can cause problems. And those particular pieces of tissue in the heart can cause identical problems, which eventually do need to be dealt with. But once these little pieces of tissue are zapped by high energy radio waves, then it's a done deal, as long as they get all the ones they can find. And I've been told that it should be a complete recovery to the way I was. How much weight I lose afterwards is up to me, but I won't be breathless, and it all looks good. And the good news especially is that I should be, unless there are any untoward circumstances, be allowed the same day I'll be allowed home. I won't be able to drive for a couple of days, and then after, the rest of the recovery is up to me, but I would hope to be working back in my hospital within maybe a week. So that's part one, and I look forward to reporting back to you with part two. Hope you found this helpful.